Just a week before the regular season ended, the Yankees seemed to have their three-man playoff rotation set. However, a poorly timed injury to Nestor Cortes has thrown that entire plan into disarray. Both Gerrit Cole and Carlos Rodon are expected to be the primary starters for the first two games of the ALDS. But the third starter remains uncertain, with a difficult decision looming between Luis Gil and Clarke Schmidt. Cortes would have easily locked down that spot, given his dominance before the injury. If you are a fan of Yankees, write "Go Yankees" in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Nestor Cortes had an amazing season this year. Over 174.1 innings, Cortes proved to be a reliable workhorse, posting a 3.77 ERA with a 76.4% left-on base rate and a 31.1% ground ball rate. He was giving up the fewest walks of his career and had a 1.24 home runs per 9 rate, the second lowest of his career, following his All-Star 2022 season. Pretty solid numbers, right? In September, Cortes continued his dominance with a 2.79 ERA over 19.1 innings. Since August 1st, he had a 2.62 ERA across 44.2 innings, striking out 40 batters and keeping that elite form going. At one point, he even got moved to the bullpen, but he was so good that Aaron Boone gave him another chance in the rotation. And boy, did he deliver. Sadly, that extra effort might have contributed to his injury. So, here's the bad news. Cortes is now dealing with a left flexor strain in his elbow. It's a serious blow for the Yankees, especially right before the playoffs. While he avoided Tommy John surgery, he's been placed on the 15-day injured list, which casts doubt on whether he'll be ready to go for the postseason. The hope is that Cortes could make a comeback later in the playoffs if the Yankees make it that far. But let's be real, depending on a pitcher with an arm injury during the playoffs is risky. If he does return, it might be in a bullpen role instead of a starting spot. That would still be a big help if he can pull it off in time. This season, Nestor did make some big adjustments to his pitch mix, which could explain why he was so effective. He used his four-seam fastball less and leaned more on his sweeper and changeup. And guess what, that changeup really worked for him, holding hitters to just a .226 batting average. It wasn't used a lot, but when it made an impact. He also had much better control of his fastball, which helped him dominate in September. Opponents only batted .172 against his fastball that month. His absence will definitely hurt the rotation. Now, without Cortes, the Yankees have a major problem. Who's going to take that third spot in the playoff rotation? It's going to be a tough decision between Luis Gil and Clarke Schmidt. Whoever steps up will need to deliver big time if the Yankees want to have a deep playoff run. Cortes' injury couldn't have come at a worse time, so that's where things stand. Cortes might come back, but it's still up in the air. Until then, the Yankees will have to rely on their other pitchers to carry them through. Hey, before we wrap up, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss any updates, especially with the playoffs right around the corner. And if you've got thoughts on the Cortes situation, drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. What do you think? Can the Yankees make it without Cortes? Or is this injury too big to overcome?